The big book said if you have decided you want what we have and are willing to go to any length to get it, then you're ready to take certain steps. So basically it comes down to a decision. Once a decision is made, the next question is, how long do we make that decision for? Do we quit for 24 hours at a time? Or do we quit with an intention? Or do we completely swear off alcohol and drugs completely? In this video, we'll grapple with various concepts of time. My name is Jackson. I've been an alcohol and drug counselor for 7 years and the manager for an additional 7 years on the downtown east side of Vancouver. I have a counseling certificate, a Bachelor of Arts Psychology major, and just completed the requirements for my master's degree. These videos are to offer some recovery tips, techniques, and tactics that you may find useful based upon the readings of As Bill Sees It. I've been in active recovery since July 28, 1996, and my hope is to provide an easier, softer way for you, the individual, watching these videos. The reading from this next segment is called Never Again. Most people feel more secure on the 24-hour basis than they do in the resolution that they will never drink again. Most of them have broken too many resolutions. It's really a matter of personal choice. Every AA has the privilege of interpreting the program as he likes. Personally, I take the attitude that I intend never to drink again, says Bill. This is somewhat different from saying I will never drink again. The latter, saying I will never drink again attitude, sometimes gets people in trouble because it's an undertaking on a personal basis to do what we alcoholics never could do. It's too much of an act of will and leaves too little room for the idea that God will release us from the drink obsession provided we follow the AA program. That's a letter dated in 1949. So what do we have? We have quitting drinking on a 24-hour basis. We have the intention to never drink again, or saying, I will never drink again, which according to Bill gets people in trouble. When I think of these writing, I think that time is actually a funny thing. And you could actually utilize and manipulate time. So Hoyer and Rudin share the concept of age. They say age is multidimensional, actually, not just chronological. And chronological is not always a good measure of developmental function, so they say a better way to looking at age is actually functional. So they break down dimensions and meanings of age and aging. They say the chronological age is a number of years that have elapsed since birth, or more importantly to me, since your clean date. That's more important than my birth date. Chronological age is not an accurate reflection of psychological development. Biological age is a person's position with respect to his or her potential lifespan. This looks mainly at the person's vital organ system, which looks at biological health. So biologically, and I've heard this before, a person's biological capacity may be different from a person of the same chronological age, So they're both the same chronological age, but one is biologically younger. Then there's a psychological age. That refers to a person's adaptive capacity, the ability to adapt to a changing environmental demands. And it could be learning, memory, intelligence, emotional control, motivation, and coping. So if we possess these traits and are the same chronological age, we're basically considered psychologically younger. If we possess these to a lesser degree, we are psychologically older, especially with alcoholics and addicts, because our emotional control is stunted. Then there's something called the social age. This refers to the social roles and expectations people hold for themselves, as well as those others impose on them. Consider the role of elder and the behaviors. So we could either be on or off time with our social age. Some older adults act like teenagers because they consider themselves to be young. So what is all this saying? This is saying that chronologically somebody could be 70 years old, in good physical health, biological age, experience a number of problems and focusing attention, their psychological age, and consider themselves to be more like avid golfers than actually a grandfather, their social age. So time really is a funny thing. Has technology altered time and space? In the old days, we were bound by oral communication and physical travel. This began with the invention of the telegraph. The telegraph and railroad altered time because they needed to standardize time to arrange for delivery of goods that was being shipped. This led to the creation of the 24-hour convenience store and 24-hour radio broadcast because they had to standardize the time across various locations. Then the automobile, the radio, the telephone, jets, and television made it possible for exchanges to take place, compressing the units of time and space that was once needed to convey a message from sender to receiver. For example, I could do a live stream right here, right today, and so there's no time lag between what is actually happening in the live broadcast of that event. So basically, time can be simultaneous and immediate. Time used to be tied to a clock. Then the telegraph was invented. Then radio, TV, etc. That allows a consumer to choose when to communicate. The internet has changed the dynamics of individuals' everyday lives. It affects it and changed time, our perceptions of time, like the regular 9 to 5 job, 5 days a week, 2 weeks off a year starts to evaporate. Now with virtual reality, we may need to start to looking past the physical aspects of time and space. So if life is really about creating memories, how has this progressed in time? When we shared everything orally, there was no memories. Then they got the telegraph and then the alphabet. With the alphabet, we're already starting to capture memories. Then the printing press led to more memories, audio, more memories, video, more memories. So if we become digital, to become immortal in a sense? Like, is the digital age allowing us to capture memories as close to and intact as the real thing? Remember? Today, especially during the pandemic, there is less face-to-face contact. Physical space has become less important. One person can now be in 2 places in the same time, like I'm doing right now. I'm not sure where I'm at physically, but on YouTube, I'm right there. You're watching this video right now, so basically I'm in 2 places. One is a physical space, the other a virtual. The newspapers used to bring us the news. Now we can do the same thing digitally. We could use instantaneous messages like tweets to transport the news. Incidentally, my Twitter feed is at Indig Wellness. So how does this all fit into the 24-hour basis with the intention either to never drink again or saying I will never drink again? I believe this gives us way more options, way more opportunities today. To recover in today's society is more challenging, but we also have more opportunities. I encourage you to play around with these concepts. Question yourself, what chronological, biological, psychological, social age am I right now in my recovery journey? How can I use electronic time and space to my advantage? Now I'm trying to do this through the use of this video right now. Who knows how long people will live? I love that line in Gladiator where Proximo said, "In the end, we're all dead men. Sadly, we cannot choose how or when, but we can choose is how we decide to meet that end. So we remembered forever as men." Incidentally, it was strange that the character who said that line died before the release of that film. Whether you make a decision on a 24-hour basis or swear off alcohol and drugs completely forever or not at all, we will meet an end. What we're really deciding is how we meet that end. The question of the day is, if you have made a decision to quit drinking or using drugs, do you quit on a 24-hour basis Or do you quit with the intention to never drink again? Or have you sworn off alcohol and drugs forever, completely? That's it. If you'd like to see more videos like this, I encourage you to click the like and subscribe button below, or stay tuned for additional announcements that we have in the works. All my relations.